it's Tony freaking Fonte. How you doing? How you doing? I am the creator of the Laughing Through Life movement to help people heal so they can have more fun and laugh through life no matter what is going on. All right, today's message, I want to talk to you about this. How letting go of this one thing will stop suffering. Yes, this one thing is the culprit, is the mastermind, the evil mastermind behind suffering. No, suffering is not a part of life, which we've been conditioned from generation to generation. It's like, well, that's just how things have always been. And I've always been a believer of, oh, that's how things have been. If you can say there's got to be a better way, then there's often a better way, and there absolutely is, because suffering is a choice, and it's usually, well, I'm not choosing to be suffer. I'm not choosing this. We are, and it's usually unconscious. If we're living in something, we're experiencing something, we're choosing to be in that. Until we learn something new, we're choosing it in that moment. But usually it's all unconscious. So I'm going to be talking about that, this one thing, and how we let it go. And I'm also going to be talking about how you can let that go. So don't go nowhere. All right, let's dive into the message and get right into letting go of this one thing to stop suffering. Let go of this one thing to stop suffering. Like, there's really one thing that's stopping me right now, is holding me back, it's creating all my suffering. And the answer is yes. Yes, there is really one thing that is creating all the suffering in your life. And no, it is not something that's just part of life. It's not something, well, because Jesus, he suffered. Which, how do we really know that he really suffered? Because we're told? Because it's put into a book and we believe that that's what it is? Or is it because we see and we hear and we read about what he went through, so automatically we feel that in ourselves and automatically think that he was suffering? But what if he wasn't? What if there was something else going on? And what if that's a story that we were just told that he was? But it's stories like that, not just in religion, that's just one. And that's actually something that was told to me. That's actually something that was told to me one time. And that's why I'm sharing that piece of it in religion, when I was in religion. And I was struggling with anger. And really bad. And I tried everything that I thought of to overcome anger. And I was made to feel, which is my own doings, but made to feel guilty for, like, well, Jesus suffered, so who the hell are you to think that you shouldn't suffer, that you shouldn't have suffering in your life, that suffering is just part of life? That's what I had a pastor tell me. Who are you to think that you shouldn't suffer? Jesus is greater than you, so who's to say that you shouldn't suffer? And I felt so guilty. Well, fuck, you're right. I just don't understand. I keep giving my life over to God outside of me, and to Jesus, and I still have the suffering, and I thought I was gonna get peace and just have a better way of life. Why am I still suffering?
Wow. Who do you think you are to think that you're not gonna suffer? Jesus suffered, yes, on the cross for you. He suffered and he was God. So who do you think you are thinking you shouldn't suffer? Nowhere in the Bible does God say that you aren't going to suffer. You think you're better than Jesus. You should be ashamed of yourself.
But I hated the way I felt, and then I started really feeling and experiencing, is that really the message that Jesus was really delivering? Is that really the message of spirituality before religion got a hold of it? Is that really what was going on? And I've learned that, and I've experienced this. No, suffering is something we create, and it's the reason we create things. And it's one thing, just one thing. Tony, will you please get to the one thing? It's this. It's called attachment. When we attach to things and when we hold on to things for dear life, thinking that if we let go, we're going to lose those things.
Yeah, man. What I found out is if I let go of shit, I'll lose it all. If I don't hold on to the past, well, fuck, my future is just gonna be screwed up. So I gotta hold on to it because it's all I know. It's too scary to let all that shit go. I'll lose everything, so I gotta hold on to it. I don't care if my life is fucked up. It's comfortable to me. It's comfortable. You hear me?
Or maybe it's the past. We're holding on to the past because we don't know what the future is holding. We don't know what the present is, or we do know what the present is, but we're so stuck in the past and focused on the future that we're really missing the present moment.
Well, for me, it's just best to hold on to everything. I can't let go of my past. I can't let go of my boo. I can't let go of my things. I got to get more because society says you got to have more and you got to compete. And I don't want to miss out. It's that FOMO. So I'm going to hold on for dear life. And that just be miserable? Oh, it's so just invigorating when I just think of how miserable my life is because I'm holding on and trying to control everything. And I'm so exhausted. But that's just how life is. If you're not feeling that way, you're missing out.
So we're stuck on the past, maybe because we have guilt, maybe we have shame, maybe we're holding on to something that we don't realize, but it's mainly, most of this is all unconscious. We're not aware of it until we become aware of it. It's usually what awareness is, right? But it's all unconscious. And once we become aware, it comes into our conscious mind, our consciousness. And then we can choose to reframe, we can choose to let it go. And then there's layers of this. And I've talked about this in many of my videos. There's layers of stuff that we go through. And when we think of something like, oh, I've dealt with that. And in the past few weeks, there's been a lot of me going, fuck, I thought I dealt with that already. But each time that we go raise in consciousness, each time that we go through more of an awakening and we rise more, our vibration rises more, we're going to find more deeper layers of our shadow. And if we're stuck in the past, holding on to the past, guilt, shame, everything that we taught, and then we're holding on to generational stuff as well, stuff that's passed on. Now, it's all on autopilot. This is all what unconscious is. It's all on autopilot. And we create these stories of, well, suffering's a way of life. And then you see in the world that, everything outside of you is how life is, and that's just reality, and we got to accept reality and blah, blah, blah. But everybody sees reality differently, so is it really reality? No, reality is what we see. Reality is what we create from what we feel on the inside. So suffering, and we see suffering in the world because we feel suffering. We think that's a part of life. So we're trying to end suffering on the outside without ending our own suffering. And we may get to a good point, think, hey, we're good. I've done a lot of work. I've given it to this. I've given it to God or whatever out here, so I'm doing good. But then we're constantly stressed. We're constantly worried. We're constantly anxious. We're constantly offended.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, I'm going to cancel you. I'm offended. There was suffering everywhere, and you're going to tell me that suffering's my own doings? Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. I'm going to cancel your ass. Oh, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the wrath of my triggers. There's suffering, and I must end suffering for everybody else. And you will be canceled, sir.
We're constantly trying to get someone else outside of us to do something. That's attachment, and that's suffering. I want to give you another story. What actually inspired this actual message? So I was coming back from a meeting, and my daughter texted me. She said, "Dad, when I was cleaning out the dishwasher, I was putting the dishes up. One of the coffee mugs fell, and I tried to grab it, but I couldn't. It slipped, and it broke. And she was crying, and she was all upset. She says, "Dad, I'm so sorry. It was your favorite mug, and it was this mug right here. And I'm using this to show." And it was my favorite mug, this mug. And it's something that she gave me. And it says, "This guy is one awesome dad." It was my favorite mug. So when she told me, she was all upset because she think I was going to get mad at her and upset, which in the past, that's exactly what I did. Because that's the same shit that was passed on to me. It's the same shit that happened to me. I'm saying, I'll never be that way. I was. But I'm not in that place anymore. But she was upset, but then she was also upset because it was my favorite mug. She knew how I felt about this mug. Plus, the memories. She gave that to me, so it had meaning to me. But there was a difference. And it helped me realize this one thing. Holy shit, when we hold on to attachment, because she was so upset even after it. Even after she realized that I was okay with it. When I first found out, I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm a little sad. That was my favorite mug. But you know what? It can be replaced. It's okay. I put love in this mug. Now, if I would have stayed attached to, this is where the love is. This is where the love is. And I'm attached to that mug. Now there's attachment. Now there's suffering and pain and grief because I lost this thing, which means I feel like I lost love. And that's really what's going on with attachment. We think something is outside of us. And I actually joked around with my daughter, trying to help her release and really see the lightness of letting go. And I was like, well, I guess that's one way of telling me I'm not awesome anymore. And she got all upset. And I was joking around to help her see the lightness as, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Things can be replaced. The memory and the love is not in that thing. Yes, I love that thing, but it can be replaced and my attachment's not on that thing. And that's just something small, right? But we do this all the time. We do this to our houses. We do this to our cars. We do that to these things because we have some meaning tied to that. This is why it's hard for us to let go of things too. Like we can have clothes that we have for over years or things that we haven't used in years. But we can't let go of those because we're holding on to some fucking past meaning to them.
I have to hold on to all the things. It's an addiction, man. I have to hold on to it. Why? Because if I let go of these things, I don't care if I haven't worn it in a year or 2 years or seen it. Or if I have it right now, I just have to have it because my love, my acceptance, my worth, my validation, my approval's all in that stuff. I got my fix. I got to have my fix in those things. I can't let them go. I can't. I just can't.
And it creates this hardship to people, to religion, to things outside of us, to a God, a being, or something outside of us. That if we have that thing, if we lose that thing, we will lose whatever we feel, whether it's love or validation or acceptance, or worth or something along those lines. That's usually the main ones that I've walked through, and many of the main ones is why we hold on to attachment to those things. Or maybe we're holding on to an attachment to something because of guilt and shame. I said that in the beginning. I'll get back to it. But holding on to guilt and shame from the past. Like my dad, he created suffering in his own life and felt he had to suffer for the way that he treated my brother and I and my mom. And we've had many conversations. He didn't come straight out and say that, but he said some things, and I knew, obviously, I have this energetic knowing of feeling people's deepest pains. And I knew he was suffering. And he did. He suffered. And he created more and more suffering until the day he passed last year in July of 2020. At the making of this video. That's why I said last year. Because he's felt so much guilt and shame.
I have just realized that I must suffer because I don't feel worthy of love and having things easy in my life because I treated other people like shit and they're no longer here. So I have to suffer to make up for it because I feel so lousy. And what I'll do is I'll see other people suffering, so I'll take care of them at the expense of myself because that is the most gratifying thing in the world. I'll be exhausted, I'll be drained, I'll be walked on like a doormat, but it's okay because I must suffer to hold on to the memories of people and things. But other people can end their suffering, and I'm gonna do my best to do that and just people please the shit out of them at my own expense. And you should too.
So we hold on to things. We hold on to memories. We hold on to people that have passed on and gone to the other side, transitioned to the other side. We hold on to them tightly because we think that we'll lose them if we let go. Or we feel that we have to suffer because of the guilt and shame of how we treated that person. Or how we didn't do enough. Or we didn't show them enough love. So now that we got to hold on to this pain and suffering, and then we have to just constantly, deeply grieve for the rest of our lives. And what I've learned is you don't have to do that. You can still grieve and have lightness. You can still have moments of grief and still have lightness. You can have things and be okay if they're gone. And that includes money. We hold on to money. We hold on to our accounts because of the beliefs we have about money, the beliefs really about what we have about ourselves, which are projected onto those things, whether it's a person, whether it's our partner, whether it's a business, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's anything. The more we hold on, what we are doing, the tighter we hold on, the more suffering we're creating. And what we're really doing is pushing those things further away. We're putting them on a pedestal and we're pushing them away with our energy, our vibration, our frequency. We're pushing them away. So when things break, when things fall apart, when people leave, when people die, when we lose things, if we let go of attachment to things, we become free. We're grateful for them in our lives, but they don't control us. We're grateful for the experience that they have given us, or they are giving us currently. The thing is giving us, the money is giving us, but they're not in control of us. We're in control of our own life, our own destiny. We have the power. When you hold on to attachment, you're giving the power outside of you.
Oh, suffering is just a way of life. Look at everything in society. It tells you that suffering's there. And anything different is just a lie. It's a virtue to suffer. So hold on to it like a warm hug. Woo! You know, here's what I do. I set an intention every day to suffer. Say, oh, Lord, help me suffer more today so I can experience more in the afterlife and just have shit here in this life.
So how do you let go of attachment? Because that's a question I asked. And it's really going deep within. It's really what it is. Going deep within. Why am I attached to this? Ask that question. Why am I attached to this thing? Why am I experiencing so much anxiety? Why am I so attached to this car, to this house, to this person, to my bank account, to the money, to my business, to a mug? Why am I so attached to it? Why am I so attached to this person who is passed on? And then keep going deeper. Keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, because it's a spiral. The more you heal, the more you go, you'll come around. And that deeper that attachment, the more spirals and more rungs on that spiral there'll be. And each time you go deeper, it'll come up even more heavier, or greater, I should say, not so much heavier, because we choose to allow that. We get to heal it more and more. More and more. And the more we release, the more we take back the power, the more we realize what we were projecting onto other things, other people, what we felt lacking on the inside, and the more that we feel that fulfillment and the abundance of what we felt lacking of on the inside, love, acceptance, security, safety, power. The more you let go of attachment, the freer you are, the more peace you have, the more zen you are, and the more you actually attract and allow that to flow into your life, the people into your life, the money in your life, the things in your life that you want, and you realize that you're free. That's how you do it. That's how you let go of attachment. Let go of attachment, and your suffering ends. And there'll be layers of it. But the more aware you are, the more exciting it is. And go, oh, I got another layer of attachment. Let's dive in. Why? Release it. Move on. Life becomes fun. And you can laugh through life. All right, that's all I got for you. All right, you know what to do. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button if this video resonated with you. And hit the little bell notificator, bing, to be notified when new videos drop. Also, if this video resonated with you, let me know. I want to hear. I want to hear how this has served you, how it's helped you. I want to know what resonated with you in this video. Just drop it below in the comments. 2 more things. If you want to support the Laughing Through Life movement, it's not a philosophy, it's a freaking movement to spread laughter, to help people heal so they can have more fun, laugh through life in every circumstance. If this resonates with you, click the link below. You can support by grabbing a t-shirt. I'm going to be adding some new things into as well, like hats and hoodies. And maybe some long sleeve t-shirts as well. I'm contemplating that. But you can support the movement. And on the back of these shirts, why ain't you laughing? Why ain't you laughing? Laughing Through Life. Why ain't you laughing? That's a great question to ask yourself, and also to show you support when people out there. Why ain't I laughing? To help spread the movement. Click the link, grab your tea, and thank you for your support. Boom. All right, second thing I want to talk about is this. If you're ready to go deeper, if you're ready to dive deeper and really heal so that you can experience life and really create the life of your freaking dreams and really create a life that is fucking exciting, that you wake up and you go, God damn, I love my life. And you're ready, and this resonates with you, and you're ready to go deeper, not shallow. You want to go deep and heal and do the work, the deep work to create that, so you can laugh through life on a regular basis. I want to invite you to join the Laughing Through Life movement, where we're going to heal. We're going to dive deep into the stories and remove them and replace them and reframe them so that you can absolutely laugh through life and create a life that is exciting and have fun on the whole entire journey. The link is below. Click the link. You'll get all the details, and you can see if it resonates with you and sign up if it is. All right, I'll talk to you later and see you on the next episode of Laughing Through Life and the Tony freaking Fonte Show.